Breaking down all 23 things you missed from Survivor Season 45, Episode 4. We're talking all things. Another stupid Survivor quit. Seriously, I can't believe we had 2 quits this season. Emily making an alliance, Caleb winning a challenge, and much more. Careful for any spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet. And make sure to stick around as we announce last week's giveaway winner. If you want to enter next week's giveaway, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below your thoughts on the tribe swap. Let's get started with number 23, previously on Survivor. It was an action-packed first 3 episodes, so we really need to remember what happened. Austin found an idol, Keturah versus Bruce, Caleb with Emily, Drew has safety without power, Drew has the goodwill advantage. Number 22, Lulu after tribal. I feel really bad for this yellow tribe here. As a Survivor fan that dreams of one day getting the chance to play, this is a complete disaster. Although Sean got completely blindsided by Emily and Caleb, he's staying positive here. Well, kinda, not really. We'll talk about what happens later in the video. It's gonna be a big rant and I'm pissed off about it. All I'm saying is Hannah and Sean have nothing compared to Purple Kelly and Nayanka. We knew a swap was coming from last week's promo. I'm just praying Caleb and Emily both make the merge. And we had this crazy line of Sean actually predicting the first ever swap in the new era of Survivor.
I don't know, maybe there's a pre-merge swap coming up that I can be like praying for so that I can make some connections.
Number 21, Matt Chat. It's always hilarious, but also kinda cringy when you really think about it. All the players reacting to the tribe coming back. All the players giving shocked faces to see who was voted out. Like, when you really think about it, it doesn't make any sense. These players have never met before. Number 20, swap time. This is so crazy. The first ever swap in the new era of Survivor. I'm tempted to say this is one of the best seasons of Survivor of all time. There's 2 sides of it, because on one hand, I'm having more fun watching this season than I have with Survivor in a long time, but on the other hand, we've had 2 quits now this season. Number 19, new tribes. Things are about to get confusing, so I'll break it all down for you. The new red tribe has Sifu, Dee, Julie, and J Maya from the old red tribe, and Sean from the old yellow tribe. The new yellow tribe has Keturah, Kelly, Jake, and Bruce from the old blue, and Caleb from the old yellow. The new blue tribe has 2 original blue with Brando and Kendra, 2 original red with Austin and Drew, and Emily from the old yellow tribe. Honestly, it blew my mind that all 3 of the remaining yellow players ended up on different tribes here. I thought this was going to be really rough for them with all the shocked faces, but Survivor David versus Goliath player Christian broke down that the odds were actually really good. Number 18, new era Survivor. Not gonna lie, tribe swaps just feel like a natural part of Survivor. If you want to feel like you're on Survivor, you should check out Idle Plays and my puzzles and games. To celebrate the tribe swap, the first 10 people to use the code TRIBESWAP get a bonus 15% off their order. So if you're interested in Idle Plays and want to help support me and the channel, please go to idleplays.com and check out the puzzles and games. And remember, the first 10 people to use the code TRIBESWAP get a bonus 15% off. Number 17, new yellow. This was really tough to watch as Bruce walked into the same camp where he was medevaced out of the game last season with Tika. In the grand scheme of things, Survivor 44 and Survivor 45 is taking about a year apart, so this is all so fresh for Bruce. Number 16, Caleb in a good spot. At first glance, you'd be like, oh no, Caleb is screwed on this new yellow tribe. But in fact, he's perfectly in the middle as Bruce is now realizing Keturah, she's out to get him. Keturah actually does this in a fairly smart way, confronting Bruce about what really happened at Shipwheel Island. By now, it should be fairly obvious, Caleb is an amazing social player at Survivor, and we see him making bonds with Jake. Number 15, new blue. Once again, at first glance, you'd probably tell yourself Emily's in a really bad spot here. But with 2 blues and 2 reds on her tribe, Emily sits perfectly in the middle. And in a very important confessional, in my opinion, Emily talks about how Caleb is teaching her how to play Survivor.
There's a lot of strategy behind how I present myself to this tribe. Caleb taught me a lot of lessons.
Number 14, new red. And lastly, on this red tribe, we once again have the yellow tribe member kinda screwed over here. Placing Sean with 4 original red members is gonna put him in a tough spot. In the grand scheme of the season, look for J Maya and Sifu not to have a big impact on the game just because they're not getting much of an edit. As we get the first little bit with J Maya here with her trying to build a connection with Sean. I know, things don't end up working out for Sean and I'm pissed off about it. We'll talk about it at the end of the video. The plan J Maya is bringing up with Sean is to blindside Sifu. Number 13, going through Sean's bag. Maybe a little bit of a hot take, but I love this scene here. Well, actually, I'm always a little bit conflicted on how to feel about players going through other players' bags. However, I love the dilemma of going through Sean's bag because he ties the knots in a certain way where they gotta figure out how to do it. Survivor producers, remember this, you don't need to add stupid twists and things into the game. If you just let the players play, they'll do weird things on their own. Also, gotta give a round of applause to 90-minute episodes. Without 90-minute episodes, I don't think we get this scene right here. Number 12, Emily on blue. Low-key, maybe a little bit of a hot take, but I wish we were still seeing villain Emily. We all know what's going on right now. Emily's on her redemption arc of the season. She's gonna turn from a villain into a hero, and she's gonna be perfectly fine. 100% guaranteed. Emily's making the merge. All she has to do is decide between the two duos. Number 11, Drew and Austin. Right here, we have a really dangerous duo of the boys with Drew and Austin. It's kind of crazy. They have 3 different advantages already, with safety without power, the goodwill advantage, and the hidden immunity idol. And when you dive a little bit deeper, you'll realize the blue camp they're living on right now, no one found that advantage. So there's a chance if Drew and Austin are looking for it, they might find another advantage during the pre-merge. And obviously, Emily's just super pumped up to be brought into the conversation with Drew and Austin about what the plan is. Number 10, poor Kelly. If this yellow tribe ever goes to tribal council, it's gonna put Kelly in a really bad spot. The thing is, when you're winning challenges, it doesn't matter if you have alliances with everyone, with the boys, with the girls, it doesn't matter. But when you have to draw your line in the sand on what alliance you're going with, then things get difficult. The big drama on this tribe is Katurah hating Bruce, leading into number 9, Katurah and Caleb. Katurah tells Caleb that everyone's cool, but just based on strategy, the next person to go is gonna be Bruce. First of all, I don't buy that for a second. Based on strategy, I think Katurah just doesn't like Bruce, and that's why she's targeting him. The producers are gonna have so much fun with this, showing off all the reasons why Katurah's upset with Bruce. I'm starting to get confused about Katurah's overall game here, as the only edit we've seen from her is getting mad at Bruce. I get it, it's a funny side quest, but at the end of the day, we don't know anything else about her. Number 8, challenge time. Without reward challenges in 90-minute episodes, I was craving to have the challenge right here, 50 minutes into the episode. Oh yeah, I also loved this challenge so much, as the players need to go into the water, swim out to a cage, get inside, and carry the cage to the beach, where a player needs to dig outside and be the rebounder, as the others need to land 3 baskets. Number 7, the challenge. Jeff said it perfectly at the start of the challenge. It's moments like this, moments where you gotta dig deep in the game, is stuff that I crave for and why I want to play Survivor so much. It was also a pretty cool concept how you had to land the baskets from being inside of the cage. Throwback to Survivor 41 with JD.
He's like, money, and it doesn't land. We're like, there's no money there. You should have shouted out tribal, because that's where we ended up.
As Caleb got hot making the baskets, is safe for the very first time this season. Blue gets second place, meaning the very first time Emily is safe this season. And Sean is going back to tribal council. I'm super pissed at what happens at tribal council. Be ready for it. I'm gonna be going on a rant when we get there. Number 6, Lulu winners. They reversed the curse. They're not losers anymore. This yellow tribe, especially Caleb, is now safe. But then I get upset as he disrespects the Toronto Raptors.
I don't need to be on the Warriors. You know, I could be Kawhi Leonard. Just put me on the Raptors. Put me on a halfway decent organization, and I know we can win games.
Number 5, Bruce is hilarious. Looking at the bigger picture for a second, it's kind of crazy this yellow tribe went 9 days without Flint. As Bruce does a little bit of a bit where he loses the Flint. I loved watching it. It was hilarious. Katurah, on the other hand, she hated it. As we get the first ever non-speaking confessional in Survivor history. Number 4, Sean after loss. I would say this is the very first time we've seen Sean's mood change from super positive to kind of deflated. Look, dude, I get it. You're having a tough time out there. You haven't won a challenge, but you're living the dream playing Survivor, so suck it up. Number 3, the plans. Going into tribal council, there were a couple plans as Sifu wants to stay red strong. Number 1, Sifu wants to stay red strong and vote Sean. Number 2, the girls want to vote Sean to keep strength. Number 3, the girls want to vote Sifu to get out of threat. Ultimately, Jeff Probst and the producers confirmed that going into tribal council, Sifu was the one that was going to be going home. But then Sean does the thing that that makes me feel defeated. Number 2, tribal council. It may be a hot take, I don't know how everyone's feeling, but this tribal council was a waste of time for me. Like I said a little bit earlier in the video, I'm so conflicted. On one hand, I'm having so much fun watching this season, but on the other hand, having 2 quits does not feel good. Jeff needs to do a better job and the producers need to do a better job getting rid of the people that do not want it. And Sean's reason to quit the game to see his husband is kind of bullshit, as he has to be on the pre-jury trip for like another week. Number 1, Sean quits. With it all said and done, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens next as Dee votes for Sifu and we get this hilarious moment. Anyways, congratulations Joseph, you're this week's giveaway winner. I'll announce a new winner next week and click right here for my video ranking Survivor audition tapes.